secondary. Focus group, focus group is primary because you are there putting these people together to get information from them. So the answer for this is C. And for the internet research, in the internet, it's secondary. Yeah, it's not your information. The information is there, you're just using the information. Do you understand research here?
Yes.
Okay, so please write.
So newspaper articles is secondary because
Yes,
it's already existed.
Yes. Notice.
So like if you research yourself about where a product is high, like has high purchase rates, this is going to be secondary because you're using other information.
Yeah, in as much as you use other person's information, it is considered secondary.
Whereas if you like go out and ask questions yourself,
Yeah, in as much as you go out,
yeah.
ask respondents about questions, it's primary because it's first hand. That's why I call it first hand or field research. But for every information you gather through a source, which is written, it's secondary. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
So newspaper article is a secondary research. Government statistics is information data from government, it's a secondary. Focus group is the only one here which is primary because focus group are just individuals that you put together, you monitor them to get your information. And internet research, internet is always written. So it's not your research. So the answer is C. Is it clear, please?
Yes.
So this is secondary, secondary. This is secondary, and this is secondary. So we have only primary here. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Alright. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you going to finish what you wrote?
Oh, you've not finished it? Okay.
You didn't finish it.
Oh, okay. Did you please? Next question. Which one of the following is used to calculate net cash flow? When we talk about cash flow is simply about the in and outflow of cash within the business. What comes in and goes out in terms of cash within the business. That's what cash flow is. And net cash flow, the formula for net cash flow is total cash inflow minus total cash outflow. So the answer is this. Do you understand net cash flow? The amount of money that comes into the business and the one that goes out of the business. So let me just write cash flow as well.
Which one is it?
First one.
So that's the net cash flow. But for cash flow itself, it's money that comes in, the total of money that comes in or out of the business.
Sir,
Yeah.
what do you mean money that comes in and comes out? So like profit and loss?
No, not profit. Profit is the difference between your revenue and your cost. So here, it's basically your revenue. That's inflow.
What's the revenue?
The amount of money you make from selling the product. So when you're talking about your profit is simply your cost, or your revenue minus your cost. But when it comes to cash flow, your cash flow has expenses. There are expenses. So most of the time, yes, the cost is part of it, but we're not talking about profit. If we're talking about profit, then we have to put all together what we have spent in making sure the product is available and how much we sell the product. That is how we get profit. But here, inflow is all about what comes into the business in terms of cash and what goes out of the business, which is expenditure.
So
So at the end of this,
how much you make by selling the products and how much you lose by expenses?
how much you pay out
Pay out.
to sell the product. You don't lose it, you
Yes,
pay it
of
out.
course.
Though at the end of it, when you're preparing your financial statement, it will be called cash. It's an item in the financial statement, in the statement of profit or in the statement of financial position, which is cash. Because all here is about cash. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
So what's an example of asset?
Assets, equipment, Any resources that the business owns is an asset. Equipment, this is an asset. Whatever can last more than a year with the business is an asset.
Sir, what's the opening and closing balance?
The opening balance is the amount of money you closed with the last year. So you get this from your net cash flow.
So it's
So
revenue.
if you're closing, the amount of money you're closing with this month of December becomes your opening balance for next month, January.
Ah,
So Mr.
Yes.
Revenue minus outflow.
Revenue minus,
Outflows is
total.
no. Revenue minus cost is profit. Revenue minus cost is profit. But here, total cash inflow minus total cash outflow is net cash flow. It's about cash. So the amount of cash that comes in and the amount of cash that goes out, that's our net cash flow. Is it clear now? Shall we move on? Tiger has developed contract with drumming schools in other countries to teach online music lessons. And Tiger Drumming School has agreed that TAS can teach 5 lessons per week. Each lesson costs £15 for half an hour. The exchange rate in January is £1 for 1.15 euros. What will the Tiger Drumming School pay in euros for these 5 lessons? So here is an exchange rate. Now, when we talk about exchange rate, we're talking about the price of a country's currency in respect to other currencies. The price of a country's currency in respect to other countries' currency.
How do they do this? Like who makes the exchange rate?
Yeah, it's because it's international now. This is STAR, this is an Italian drumming school.
Like I mean for the country, who makes the exchange rate?
Oh, the central bank.
exchange
The
rate.
central bank, yeah.
How do you calculate it?
Well, it depends on the demand for and the supply of the currency.
Exchange rate is the price.
I'm going to write the price of a country's currency
See,
in respect to other currencies. So I'm going to write that. Exchange rate. So that's exchange rate. Then they said, what will the Italian school pay in euros for these 5 lessons? So we need euros now. So to get euros, we have £15 here, right? So 15 for euros it will be, because one pound is 1.15, then we have 15 euros, which means it's going to be multiplied by 15. Do you understand this? Multiply by 15, multiply by 15. So 15 multiplied by 1.5 is what? 1.15. 17.25. Then you multiply it by, that's in euros now.
Yeah.
And you multiply it by 5 lessons. What does that give you, please?
86.25.
So it's 86.25. Is it clear, please?
Wait.
Yeah. We have £15, right? We have £15.
Yeah, I just want to see what the numbers are.
Yeah, 17.25.
Uh-huh.
So go to Roman figure 6. In May 2019, the exchange rate was £1 equals 1.05 compared to 1.115. And TAT continued to provide the Italian drumming school with 5 lessons. What effect will this change in the exchange rates have on the Italian drumming school? So the Italian drumming school will be paying lesser than what they used to pay. Yes or no? Because before now, the exchange rate was. So in May 2019, like we read, £1 is 105. But before now, it was
1.50.
1.15, right?
you just want.
Yes.
No. It was 1.15.
Yes.
Okay. Before now, it was this. So the Italian school now will be paying lesser than what it used to pay because the exchange rate has fallen. So here it means the note about this is that the euro had more value than the pound. That is it now. Do you get it? Before it was 1.15. Now it has added more value. It's appreciating. So the euro has appreciated. We call it appreciated against the pound. Do you get the point here?
Yes.
And if the euro has appreciated against the pound, it means more pounds will be needed to buy more euros will be needed to buy few pounds. Do you get the point here? So that is what the situation is here. So for the Italian school, based on the fact that the euro has appreciated, it means the amount of money the Italian school will spend will be lesser than what it used to spend. Do you get it?
So it's good for the Italians, but bad for the.
Yeah, because now the exchange rate is falling. Do we get it?
Yes.
So as soon as exchange rate falls, what is the implication about the fall in exchange rate? So if, for example, the dinars fell, the value of the dinar falls against maybe the dollar, it means more of exports will be done because you need more dinars to buy few dollars. Do you get it? So for foreigners, more exports will be done. Foreign customers would like to buy more of our products
Because it's cheap.
because it becomes cheaper. Do you get it? That is the situation here. So the Italian government school, yeah?
How about fast importing?
The cost of importation will be high because we need more euros or more dinars to buy few dollars. So for the Italian government school, based on the fact that the exchange rate has fallen, they can buy more of pounds. Do you get it? So it becomes cheaper for them. So a fall in exchange rate here makes the euro have more value than the pounds. So what the Italian school, the German school will be spending will be lesser than what it used to spend. Do you get the implication here?
Yes, it's possible for country, for example, £1 equals €1.
Well, it depends on the exchange rate, and it's not just about we sitting down here. That's why I say it's about the demand for and the supply of. If the demand is,
How is it going to be better for the drumming school? Because now they're going to.
they are paying less than what they used to pay.
There are the customers that are paying less.
No, the Italian drumming school is a client. The Italian drumming school is a client to TAG.
They're paying tag.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Do you get it? Yes. So for exchange rates, it depends on the demand for it and the supply of it. So it's not something we sit down to talk about. It's something that happens based on how trade moves within the country and how money moves in and out of the country. Yes.
So it would be A because it's a
Yeah, it's A. So the amount the Italian school will be paying would reduce. A decrease in cash outflow. Do you get it?
What's cash outflows?
Yeah, money that you spend, your expenses. So the Italian drumming school will be spending less than what it used to spend. Do we get it or not, guys?
Yes.
Okay. The next one. I said, define the term fixed cost. We talked about it before. Fixed costs are costs that do not change as level of output changes. The example is the salary we get, rent, insurance. These costs, they do not change, irrespective of our output. I think that is clear. Is it clear, please?
Yes.
That will not change.
As the level of output changes.
What is the level of output?
Like the amount of output you use, what you use in terms of production.
Oh, yes, yes.
Explain with also.
People have interest in the business.
Yeah, people that have interest in the business. So we call them stakeholders because whatever we do, they have interest in it. Do we get it? We stop here for now. Because of